right, so there is a disease rotting the online advertising space from the inside out. And the result of it is that when you go to launch your ads, they work well for the first few days. You might get clicks, leads, sales, ROAS looks pretty good. But then after like 5 days / a week, results just tank. Cost per click goes up, lead cost goes up, cost per purchase goes up, and ROAS goes down. And you're like, what the hell happened? Everything was working fine. I didn't touch anything. And then just overnight, results stopped coming in. So you're like, okay, well, that ad's dead. You create another one. And like the same thing happens. Works well, then crashes. And then you just get stuck in this constant cycle of constantly churning out creative. And you got people on social media being like, you need to test 100 creatives a week. So you're like, oh, fuck, like this is just the way it is. Ads work well for a week or two, maybe a month max. But then after that, they're just going to stop performing. And I just need to be like testing 100 different creatives every single week just to try and find another winner. It'll run for a few weeks and then I need to replace it. But then eventually you'll see someone else on social media and they'll share a recording or a screenshot of their ad account and they've spent like 200 grand on one creative. And you're like, how does that happen? Like I can't even spend $1,000 on one creative. And this person's spending like 200, like what's the give? And the reason why is because it's the people who you're targeting with your ad. And it's not in terms of targeting, I don't mean like targeting options inside the ads manager instead of like demographics or the interests or anything like that. Like it's all good if you just go broad, but it's more about like the ad itself. So the disease, especially in the info product space, I see this all the time where every single ad sounds and looks identical. And it's pretty much just like an offer ad that is a regurgitation of like Hormozy's $100 million offers, which is pretty much like, I guarantee you this, or I will get this, or I bet this. And it's just full of like big claims, guarantees, and it's just like super direct ads that are getting people to buy or book in a sales call. Again, e-commerce is not so much like this, and that's why I'd say probably the better media buyers and ad copywriters are in e-commerce. But in the info product space, it's pretty much create an ad, call out your ideal avatar, tell them what your offer is, and get them to click. And that's pretty much it. But the problem with creating these types of ads, let's just say this is you as the advertiser, and in your market, there's only like a certain amount of people that are right for your product and who could potentially buy your product. And that's represented on the screen here by the purple circle. But the problem with these ads is because they are so direct, they're only targeting a very small amount of people that would actually like that ad and go through and buy. And that's represented by the white circle here. So this pool of people is actually really small. And it usually comes down to the awareness levels of the market. So the people who are like, they see an ad like that where the person's like, attention coaches under 10K per month, I will guarantee you 30 new clients in the next 90 days, blah, blah, blah. Like you've all heard it before. The only people who actually will watch that ad and be like, oh yeah, I need that. Let me go and speak to this person, let alone buy from them. It's going to be people who are at the very top of the awareness level, where they're just like product aware, the most aware, and they're just so in pain that they're just like, I just need to pay for a solution. But the issue with that is that this pool of people is pretty small. It's only like less than 5% of the whole market. Whereas the rest of those people in this purple this purple circle are going to be people further down who are problem aware and solution aware. But they're not in like the mindset of buying right now. They're still trying to figure out what the hell is going on. They're trying to figure out why they're experiencing this problem and what they can do about it. Or they're looking at different solutions and they're trying to decide which one's good for them. So seeing someone in like a talking head ad with a microphone coming down to the side and then them saying, oh, buy my product, that's not going to make them buy. So the problem is with your ads, it's because you're targeting such a small amount of people. After a few weeks or even a month, everyone in that little pool who Facebook feels like would buy from that ad, it's shown it to them. And therefore, you're going to run out of people to target. And what happens then is either Facebook shows the ad to the same people that have said no before and they don't buy, or Facebook's going to show your ad to people who are maybe, problem aware, solution aware, and they're just not ready to buy yet based on that ad, and the results aren't going to work, right? So that's why you experience that drop in performance after a little while and you can't seem to scale, is because of the creatives that you're working on. And not only that, the problem with this is that everyone's read fucking $100 million offers. Everyone's creating the same ads. So this is all your competition that are selling like similar products. And everyone, again, specifically in the info space, they're all doing the same friggin' thing, which is they're all creating the same ads that are all like offer based. So you're all targeting the same small pool of people who are like ready to buy. So that's why your ads burn out even quicker, is because you've got like thousands of people with the same ad scripts, with the same offers, targeting the same people. So pretty much the whole market is targeting people who are like most aware and product aware and are just like ready to buy. So conversions are super low and the market's super small. So you just burn through those potential customers real quickly, and that's when your performance drops. So what you want to do, if you're a smart advertiser, you want to be the type of person that creates ads that actually go after a bigger portion of the market like this. And the way you do that is by creating ads that target people who are problem aware or solution aware. So they're not going to be an ad that is like, I guarantee you this much, book in a sales call. What you want to do, the goal of this in your ad creative, is to transition someone from problem aware into product aware or most aware, basically into a buyer. And that's going to allow you to scale over the long term, because the amount of people who are in a market who are problem aware is 10 times the size of someone who is ready to buy. So you're actually going after a huge portion of the market, and it could even be bigger than this, the people who are problem aware. And if you can create an ad that turns problem aware people into buyers, that is what is going to allow you to scale and spend, $500,000 on one single ad creative. And the good thing about this as well is that, like I said, all your competition, they're all doing the same thing. They're all running the same ads and competing with each other. There's actually not a lot of people, and again, in the info space, e-commerce advertisers are much better at this. But in the info space, everyone's really lazy and no one wants to create like really great ads that educate people and turn people from like problem aware into buyers. So there's only like a select few people who are actually creating ads like this. So what this means for you is that not only do you have a 10 times bigger market to go after, but you've got like 10 times less competition. So market is bigger, competition is less, so conversion will be higher as well. And this is what you want to do if you want to have those ad creatives that scale over the long term. So in order to take someone from problem aware into a buyer, you need to create an ad that focuses more on education, and you need to educate them on the problem that they are experiencing and explaining to them like the reasons behind why they're experiencing their problem. And then second to that as well, you want to educate them on your unique solution, right? You want to provide like a unique solution that they haven't heard of before and explain why obviously their solution is going to solve that problem. So that is what you want to do. You want to create ads that educate, that not just sell. Now, if you got like a super low budget and you're not interested in, maybe you're like an agency and you only want to sign like 2 clients a month from ads or something like that, maybe your capacity caps out at like 5 new clients a month, then sure, go fucking nuts. Like you can be like a lazy advertiser and you can just be like these people and you can get like a few clients a month from it, no problem. But if you really want to scale and you've got a majority of your business is coming through ads, then you need to start creating ads that appeal to a wider market of people and turning them into buyers.